What's happening, everyone? It's Bitter Online, and in this video I'm going to show you how to climb out of bronze and low ranks in Valorant, and exactly how I managed to go from Iron 1 to Plat 3. So let's just jump into it.
Yeah. Die line with the boom pound. Every week now I switch to a new style. 212s in the back just blew out. Everything I do end up in a new style. Yeah, lead a club with a few now. Just some Hollywood girls and they do chill. I'm drunk in the mood now. 2 a.m. What you wanna do?
So what is happening, everyone? In this video I'm going to break down 10 steps on how I managed to climb from literally the lowest rank possible in Valorant up to what I see as definitely above average at Plat 3. Now let's just jump into it, and the first step that I managed to do was acknowledging my own faults. So as a player, you want to know that every time you die, most of the time it's down to your own mistakes. I've seen this so many times where you flame your teammates. Just acknowledge it's your own fault, and to be honest, even if it's not, just know that it's something that you could have avoided, because every death in the game is down to a macro or a micro mistake that you have made. Coming in at number 2, I'm going to have play objectively. I've done this countless times throughout my games, and basically I ignore going for kills and go for the plants or defends. You want to focus on winning the game, not winning the scoreboard. The scoreboard is not relevant. You'll always find that champions such as Sage will get less kills than someone who's playing Jet, because your aim as that character or as that agent is to provide heals for your team and to carry your team through the game. Number 3, one rule that I stick to no end is to mute your team if they are toxic. The one thing you don't want to do, and I've done it, is you get tilted by your team. You let what they're saying in the game affect your mood, which in all honesty is going to end up as a loss. Just mute your team. If they're toxic, be the better player and mute them. You've always got team chat. You don't have to use voice chat. And the worst case, you just ignore them completely. Don't let it affect your climb. At number 4, it's get the spike. At the start of every round before you buy, I recommend getting your knife out and running to the spike. I've seen this so many times where players just don't communicate and they're going for kills. Your whole team goes to A, and that one player who has the actual spike goes to B across the map, and that's an instant loss if they die, because you have to travel all the way to the other map into the enemy territory where they know the spike is and where they know you have to go, and it's an instant loss. You're better off getting the spike and playing it your end, and as long as you stick to number 2, which is play objectives, you will win. Number 5 is something that I've only just recently started doing. I'd say when I hit silver, which actually managed to help me climb to gold really fast. I managed to do it in just 2 days. And that is, I practiced my aim for 30 minutes before even playing a competitive game. Now, you don't have to necessarily go into practice mode. You could even play a non-ranked match. Just make sure that your aim is feeling good before you jump into the ranked match. At number 6 is don't look at the score. One thing I started to do when I played further into the ELOs was I realised that the score is pretty much irrelevant. It's only your performance that matters. I've come back from 12 and 2 and 1 games. There's no point in looking at the score. At any point in the game, the enemy's team can tilt or your team can tilt or vice versa, and you can turn around any situation. So try not to focus so much on the score and just focus on your performance and how you can improve. This definitely links into number 1, which is acknowledging your faults. At number 7 is don't look down. I always see this when I spectate other players, and it's something that I would do all the time, and it was pointed out to me early on, and that was my cursor was always pointing at the floor. Now this comes because I have a background on death runs, and I'm always looking down at where my character's sitting or placing its feet, but I realized that looking down is literally putting yourself in an awkward position when an enemy comes around a corner. If you get used to the level of the heads, then it's instantly easier for you to click and get that one-tap headshot rather than dragging your cursor up to the head of the opponent. So don't look down. At number 8, it's stick with 1 or 2 agents. I recommend doing this anyway, and to be honest, there's very few games where you'd want to play more than one character because you need to master that character 100%. It's impossible to master all 10 or 20 or 30 characters. What you want to do is find 2 agents which are really strong in solo queue. I'll link a video in the description where I break down some of the strongest characters to help you carry yourself in ranked mode. And I recommend just learning them. Go to practice mode, go onto non-ranked games, and just practice playing those 2. And I can guarantee that you will see results. And at number 9, I'm going to put learn Sage. Sage has to be one of your picks. Sage is a champion that you need on your team, otherwise you will not win. It's as simple as that. If you have a Sage, then every 5 rounds or every 6 rounds or every 5 or 6 kills, you literally have the ability to resurrect one of your teammates, which is going to win that round. So you have to play Sage, and she's also good for healing yourself in case your team are trolling you. And then lastly but not least, number 10 is try and get a 5-man team. The one thing that I see people do, and it is why I was struggling to climb, was that I was playing ranked solo queue. I recommend do not go in on your own. I'm going to link the official Valorant competitive Discord server in the description. Go in there, introduce yourself to everyone, say what your rank is, and be honest about your rank because they will find out. And just say where you want to get to, your history of games, FPS games, and just create a little community for yourself where you can always jump on and there will always be people for you to play with. So I hope you have found all of these tips useful. For now, it's been Bitter Online. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Stay safe, everyone, and peace.